so cute together. Hello. Hello. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I need it. Main planning. Oh, goodness. Hello. I should have took a picture. I think I like this lady. Let's see. Hello. The twist out is good today. The lighting is good. I should have taken some pictures today. Thank you. It's always that one little hair don't want to go right way. Always one. I'll hook you by the ear. How is everybody today? Come on in. Be for fun. This is so easy to do. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, T-Rex. Hey, how are you? This looks so nasty. Chill out. Banana cinnamon. Eat your calm. Eat your sleep. Eat your nutrients. How are you, T-Rex? Doing good. I had to swipe. Well, you're just in time. You were the first one to arrive. Yay! You're the first one to arrive. I just went live about... I'm on time today, so I'm proud of myself. Yeah, I think... What is it? Yes, 10:36. So yeah, I went live around 10:33. So you are right on time. How are you? How was Mommy's day? Did you see your mother? Is she still with us? Did she have fun? What'd you do? I do, T-Rex. I go live every day. Every day. We've been going live for, oh my gosh, it's been, since the beginning of the year is when we started going live every day. I want to say it's been, I don't know the exact date. I want to say like January, sometime mid-January. And so I did that as a test to myself. I had gotten a lot of subscribers. But the subscriber count wasn't matching the watch hours. And when you get a large amount of subscribers and you have them on shorts, you need 10 million shorts within 90 days in order to monetize. And I was like, how am I going to get there? And I have a million views, almost a million views on this short that went viral, but it helped me get subscribers, but it did not help with the watch hours. And so 10 million watch hours in 90 days is like unfathomable, right? Like you would have to either put out some really awesome shorts in order to get that amount in that short amount of time, or you need to do something different. So what I decided to do was I said, okay, well, I want to be a public speaker. I said, and what better way to become a public speaker than to go live on a regular basis? So that's what I did. I started going live every day since January, mid-January, and here we are. And now we are in May, almost halfway through May. And yeah, so that's what I tell people. I said, you only get better by doing it, and doing it consistently. And that's how you get better. Thank you. Yeah. So that's really all what we're doing. Just going live every day. Now, over time, now that it's been about 100, probably 100 something days, I guess, 3 months or so, I'm going to start changing the content a little bit. Maybe putting a little more structure to it, adding a little bit more teachable sessions, more topics that are interesting to me, also interesting to my followers, doing more business savvy type things. So yeah, so the topics and the dynamics of the live will change a little bit, but we're pretty consistent in that we go live every night. And I usually tell people to put on your notification just to make sure you can get the notification that I'm live. Because a lot of people lately, and have noticed that this week, and it could be just because of the Mother's Day weekend and everything, but a lot of people I didn't see all week. So I don't know if the algorithm is changing or if it's the fact that everybody's not getting my notification. So I would love for you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will know when I am going live, because I go live every night around 10:30ish. Sometimes it's around 11, but just so that you don't miss it, hit the notification bell so it'll let you know. I love that you're taking action. Thank you, T-Rex. Consistent. Thank you. Yeah. We got to get people on a text and email us. Oh, yes, T-Rex. So I have an old email list. I just dumped the other old email list because I hadn't used it. Oh, that's right. Me and you were talking about about monetizing certain things, right? I think that's what we were talking about. Let me see. Last time we were talking about offers and stuff. I think that was you, right? Let me see here. Let's see here. Content. Yeah, we were talking. Okay, yeah, webinar. Okay. So how long have you been doing webinars, T-Rex? People love webinars. I think I love the idea of a webinar. I don't know what that looks like in my industry. And so that's where I get hung up at in the industry that I'm in. I don't know that it's makes that much sense to do it. I feel like mine is more consulting in my space, but I could probably find something else that may fit the webinar space outside of what I actually do. Let's see here. Why does it say I'm not live? Let me refresh. Let me see. There it is. Okay, hold on. So I do, hey Sandy, I do marketing and consulting for large concerts and events. usually in the like 4,000 range. And so, realistically speaking, that particular clientele I don't really need a webinar for, right? But I'm also thinking about doing, I definitely want to keep high ticket though. High ticket, um, but I do find that a lot of my artists and a lot of people that we do deal with do not have certain things in this space, i.e., media kits, i.e., photography, right? They just don't have websites, they don't have email lists, they don't have the things. And so, what I notice is when we are doing these artists and they come to us, they just don't have the things that I would like them to already have. But I don't know if that's something that they want. Like, even like how I'm talking to you right now, I love going live, but most of the artists that we have, they're so scared of it. They don't like, they can perform to thousands of people, but me and you talking or like an interview, they clam up because most artists are introverts, not extroverts. And you would think because they perform, they're completely the opposite. They's like, I don't know these people, so I can sing because I'm here. I'm all the way back here on this stage, and I'm seeing all these people, and that's fine because they all out there. But like one on one, they freeze up. And so I would also like to help them with that kind of stuff too. But you know, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Hello, is that Hassan? Hello, Hassan. You're giving me a lot of emojis. I can't really read how you feeling, honey. How you doing? Hey, Dean. Hey. Sandy, I know you're hungover. You had a lot of drinks. You had a lot of shots. Shots. I'm glad you're with us tonight, Sandy. Hey, Dylan. All right, let's check this chat. Okay, it says Facebook IG agency just got 7 clients last week from doing their first webinar. Oh, nice. How long was your webinar? And then how many slides in your presentation? Because you know that everything matters. I think most people just don't understand the psychology of like webinars and stuff, but it's fascinating. Fascinating. That's dope. I used to do chem free events in high school and got 400 people out. Wow. Nice. So I'm like, I know that the market is there. I just need to figure out which one to do. Cause you know, you ever been like, you have so many different skills, but which is the best skill to do? I'm kind of stuck in that area. When I was growing up, I met a guy. I worked at this oh gosh, what I worked at? It's like a I worked for the school, but it was like a medical part of the school. And the guy said, "Would you rather?" And I'll pose this question to you all: would you rather be great at one thing, or would you rather be good at many? That's the question of the day. Would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? I'm going to put that in here. Let me see here. Question of the day. Question and answer. Oh, not question and answer. Hold on. Is that what you do? All right, see, I'm saying great at one. I can't type today. Great at one or good at many. One second. Can you read that? It's such a long question. So you let me know. So the poll is up. Would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? Let me know in the chat. Oh, thank you, Hassan. You know the vibes. Aysia Smiles is live. Before you head out, before you head outside, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, Dean. Dylan says, what's up, Dean? Hour and a half. No slides? How are you doing a webinar with no slides? You have to have something up there. You're talking for 90 minutes and grabbing people's attention without anything? That sounds like a magic trick. I'm intrigued. Is it real estate? You sound like Q when he talks about that kind of stuff. Let me see. She ended up passing out last night in her bed. Oh no, you didn't get the Netflix and chill, Dylan? I didn't pin it. Okay, hold on. I don't know if it'll let me do a pin with a poll though. Let me see. Can it let me do both? I can't read. There we go. Okay. All right, Dylan. Oh man, chill. That's what happens. Look, there is a line between a good time and a night. And calling it a night. A good time and calling it a night. there is a drink thing going on there, right? Like, you know. 2 drinks is a good time, but 3-4 drinks is a nap, right? Same thing goes with shots. Yeah. Right? Oh, goodness. Good at me. Good at me, sibling. Okay. I've tried to help artists before independently, but they can't even pay for $15 software where I'm at. They expect you. And right. And so you also have that part because you're like, oh, well, they may not be able to afford it. But then you have to also figure out what kind of clientele that you need and what kind of clientele and artist do you want. And then how to get into that space with them and have those conversations, right? Like the ones that I'm talking about are like our headliners. So, our headliners are we play, thousands and thousands of dollars. So I do realize that they make the income, but it's also, do they know that it's something that can further their career? And how do you stage it that way, right? Because some of them are, divas. They're like, kiss my hand, I'm like, okay, fine, go. I don't need you. But then you have others that are like, they're really cool people. So it just depends. It's like someone like, I would help you, but just stay dumb. Just stay clueless, If you wanna price yourself out the market, go on ahead. Go on ahead. If you want a nickel and dime, go on ahead. If you want to charge, I think sometimes we have this discussion where artists they look out in the audience and they'll be like, oh, we need to charge more money. It's like the amount of people in this room should have nothing to do with the amount of money that we contracted to get you to perform. So it shouldn't matter, right? Because if there are 10 people in here, you ain't saying that. You like, let me make sure I get my money. So it should be on the same, it should be on both ends, yeah? All right, let's see here. All right, so Dean says, good at many simply because talent has no limits and you can be good at one thing, but if you ruin your chances of trying to continue the one thing you're going to do, then what can you do? Okay. T-Rex says, I've tried to help artists, blah, blah, blah. I read this already. Okay, I tried to help artists. Dean says, that one thing you're good at. Aysia, sure thing, queen. Thank you, Dean. Just hold it until after the poll. No, I think it's up now, is it? I pinned it, but I don't think you can see it at both. Because I see it here, but it's kind of weird looking on the computer. Hey, Chris. Hey. How are you tonight? No MTV tonight, Chris. We ended up Netflix and chilling before she passed out in the Listen. You know that. When I tell you start throwing up, it's a wrap. It's so wrap. I'm glad you got the chill in before the the chill in before the throw in. Okay. All right. Same here, only difference the TV is one. Hello, Dio. Is Dio new? I don't believe I've seen Dio before. Let's see here. Oh, Dio, I think you're new. Hello, Dio. Welcome, Dio, to our live. Thank you for joining us. She drank 50 shots. You let her drink 50 shots? Dylan, you want her to die? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. No. No. She's got kids. She has to be okay for the kids too, You want her to stay hungover for weeks? Sheesh. Baby has a limit. Mama has a limit. And if she didn't know her limit, you should know her limit. You should know when she's slurring her words and can't stand up and falling over and no. Take care of your queen now. Alright. That was me. I would have tried to improvise. What are we talking about money? What do you mean? What you mean, Dean, about the money? I don't get that part. I only had a couple of shots last night, and that was it. She drank more. I know, but you should have been like, babe, I think that's enough. No 50. No 50. No. I hope you're over exaggerating. Cause 50 is like nah. Because you really not supposed to do anything for the first 6 weeks, not 3 weeks, 6 weeks. But if she that toasty, she wouldn't even know it anyway. That's not even coherent. 50 shots are not even coherent. Hey, Casey. Thank you. How you been, Casey? When you said that we were conducting interviews with the artists and their shot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They just be. They be like, what am I supposed to say? This your music. What you mean? What are you working on? Is this not true? These are not trick questions. So, for the ones who are very like, nervous, pervous type, I would like to help ease them in that regard because they're around so many people, and I would like to show them how to just relax. Also prep, right? Because a lot of it's just prep, right? If I say so, if I'm creating scenarios in my head that I'm gonna ask you a question and you're not gonna know the answer to it, and you're gonna freeze, and you're like, I don't know. Then you're already creating scenarios in your head, and you're already getting anxious, and you're already getting frustrated. But instead, if we prepare you, then you don't have to have those things, right? Like, one of the reasons why I didn't want to go live, and I was like, oh my gosh, somebody's going to ask me a question that I'm not going to know the answer to, or I'm going to freak out and I'm so and so. That happens probably maybe like once or twice that I feel like I didn't know the answer to it, but it wasn't a big deal because I can't remember what it was. And it's like, oh, I mean, if they care enough, maybe they'll come back and ask me, right? And then I'll give you more information on it or something like that. So I am mindful of the information I put out there. I make sure I'm like, one thing I don't do is I don't say I'm an expert in anything because I feel like we're always learning new things daily. So I'm always learning. I can't say that I know anything as an expert, but I've done probably thousands of hours in certain subjects, so I probably could classify myself in that way, but I'm not. And I don't. I just feel like I know a lot of things about a lot of things. But yeah, let's see here. But I do need to do more teaching because teaching also helps you to learn better, almost in a faster pace when you teach it to somebody else. It's almost like accelerated. If I teach you how to do something, because I'm having to teach it to you, and because you're behind me in that thing, I'm gonna have to break it down in a different way than I've done before. And the way that I learned it, I may have to tweak it in order for you to learn it in the way that's easier to digest for you. And so in that regard, that's what helps you to become a better teacher. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, let's see here. Definitely, because you won't be the only person interviewing them. It will be way more. Absolutely, yeah. And so you see some of them are very calm and collective and cool, and the other ones are really nervous. And I'm like, it's dark in here. Why you got shades on? Can you really see? I'd be like, yeah, I'm cool. What's up? Yeah, what's up? I'm like, it's dark in here though. It's 10 o'clock at night. Why you why you got shades on? It ain't sunny in here. But it's the facade because they be hella nervous, okay? Or they be really drunk, or they have to be really drunk or they're really nervous in order to do interviews, so they have to come out like this. So I said, one of the guys, I said, we in the whole, like this like the ballroom area of the hotel. It's really not that. It's not that bright in here. I said, I don't want you to trip or nothing. Oh gosh, I think that's hilarious. Cause what if it be really what I feel like I've been wanting to make the lights really, really low. Like just to see how they gonna react, cause they gonna be that trip that fell. Shoot. Goodness gracious. But one of these days when I was like, oh my god, I'm sure you have beautiful eyes. See that here go my manipulation. I'm sure you have beautiful eyes. Can I just see your eyes? Let's see if I can get some eyes, because I'm so over these shades. Look, unless they have a lazy eye, then you could keep it on. But if not, I want to see them eyes. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. All right. Is Boss Dog here? Oh, you said how is Boss Dog? I haven't seen Boss Dog in a couple days, so I'm not sure. We can summon him though. Boss Dog, where are you, Boss Dog? My first time going live was smooth. I just adapted to my viewers. No need, no nerves. I just kept it simple and responded to each and every one. Absolutely, that's it. And then over time, what happens is you get better. You get better. You do it over and over and over and over and over, just like baby steps. And then you get better. You get more comfortable. You get more open. You get more reps in. And yeah. I used to be like, oh my gosh, what if I just talk too much? I talk too much anyway. That's why these lives be so long. That's why these lives be so long, because I have the gift of gab. So, what better way to project the gifts that you have than being online and talking to people, because you have the gift of gab? It's the perfect place for you to be. So that's one. And then two, I used to be like, oh, well, if I get on here and what if I just talk too much? Like, I just tell them like everything. And so I saw a guy, and we're still working on some of the things that I say, and I'm still cultivating my spaces and cultivating my delivery, cultivating what I deliver as as a content creator on live streams. But what I've noticed is, you ever watch somebody on YouTube or Instagram, social media, whatever, if you watch them for a long particular amount of time, you'll see like, oh, I've heard that story before. Or when I worked at a church, I'm like, I done heard this story over and over and over again. Even why I keep hearing the same stories. I was like, you don't got no new stories? But what it is that once you become in this space, there are certain stories that are going to help your audience learn more about your product or your service or what it is that you're trying to portray. So if I am trying to portray public speaking, then I have to give you stories about how I felt when I first started speaking, right? Because you're going to be nervous, you're going to be scared, you're going to be apprehensive to do these things, right? You're going to say, oh, well, what about the people who want to come and spam my lives, right? Because that's a thing, right? You're going to be nervous about, oh my gosh, what about the people who are going to say mean things about me in my lives? Those are going to happen too. Oh, what if somebody asks me a question that I can't answer? So as you get more and more in these spaces, you'll start to remember those stories, right? So those stories you have to write down. Write down that story that you remember when somebody, did something crazy in the chat. How did you respond? Write down the question that is most common for them to ask. Write down the things of how you felt when you first went live, right? Those are the questions that your audience and your people are going to want to know as well, because essentially everybody's got to start somewhere. Okay, be wearing shades on the other. Right. Okay, let me see. I have been in my bed all day. I don't know. Oh, good. I wish I could have. That's a lot of poop to pick up, Dean. 6 dogs means you don't go outside in the backyard at all. Because who is picking up all that poop? And then how much? They eat. They eat a lot. Hello, is it Zeph? Hey, Zeph. So, Zeph, I am in South Carolina. And Sandy and Dylan are in Texas. What part of Texas are you in, Sandy? All right, Dean. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let me see here. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. She went to bed. Oh, okay, Dylan. Hey, Dylan. So, yeah. So, we have a poll in the chat. Would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? Let's see what the chat says. Great at one or good at many? Interesting. Interesting. Hey, Robert. How are you? How are you? So the poll tonight is, would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? So feel free to put your answer answer the poll. The babies are with my mom again. Oh, nice. 2 nights off. Look at you. Get that rest. I guess because she was so what's going on with the babies? I meant she was so drunk she had to uh, get mama to watch the babies again, because she was, yeah, she had a good Mother's Day. All right, let me see here. That's good. Yeah, I got to get back to posting about my lives earlier. I need to work on that too. Excuse me, hold on. Live stream. All right. So yes, if you're just joining us, feel free to fill out our poll. Our poll this evening is, would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? And the reason why I brought that up is because when I was in college, I had a guy that I had worked with, and he asked me that question. And so I'm posing the question to you all. In the roundabout, let's see, I posted that question. Now it says it was 23 minutes ago. See how fast time goes by? We've been out here 40 minutes already. I posted that 23 minutes ago. So at the top of the hour, then I'll give my answer why. But I'm curious to know what your answers are. So Deem said he'd rather be good at many, and then so I'm not sure who said the great at one, but I'm just curious of what your answers are. I see 7 votes, but I don't know why. Okay, let me see here. This is okay. Nice. I was live today. Oh, nice. Oh, good. I love when y'all join each other's lives. I love that. Oh yes, follow Sandy and what do y'all do you post anything on there, Sandy and Dylan? You post videos? Let's see here. I got a question. Why am I the only Yes, please tap the likes. Please tap the likes. Um am I saying that right? I'm probably not. Please like the stream. Tap, like, share, do all of the things. Subscribe. We go live every night, 10:30-ish every night. And I need to put the notifications that I am going live, though. So that is something I do need to get better on. I do it and then I forget, and then I do it and I forget. Oopsies. So, yeah. Let me see. Let's see what we got in the chat. But don't forget to answer the poll. The poll is: would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? And then let me know your answers in the chat. Hello, Hugh. Is it Hugh? Hello, Hugh. Would you rather have a lot of money and no friends, or many friends and no money? That's a good one. That's an interesting one. I feel like that's a tough one, though. Because you can have many friends and no money, but then when you start to make money, then you also lose friends. So, but you have a lot of experiences. So it goes both ways. I don't know. It's a good one. I do feel like in different phases of your life, you want different things. Hold on. I just do YouTube. I'm no longer on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And that's cool, Dean, because YouTube is the only one out of all of those that you own your own content. So on Facebook and Instagram, you know who Zuckerberg, right? Zucker. He owns Meta and all that stuff. So at any time they can just shut you down, right? So that's not yours. And then Twitter is Musk. Yeah. And then yeah. So everybody else owns all those platforms except for YouTube. You're the creator and you own your own stuff. So because you own your own stuff, you're able to, you have a little bit more rights on how you handle your stuff. Now, granted, you know, there are certain guidelines and stuff to follow, but I like that YouTube, you can do your own content, long form or short form, and then you have a little bit more leeway as with the other platforms. They're a little reining in a little bit more. And then I also feel like they don't post your stuff like you'd want them to post unless you're like really making money. And I do think YouTube is out for you to help you really monetize and help you make money. And it is pushing it out to different creators. And if you notice, because of, I think I've said this before, because of AI and because of TikTok, I do think YouTube is really pushing small content creators more, because I'm seeing on my feeds, I'm seeing small YouTubers on my feeds. And I'm seeing people with like 500 subscribers, people with like, you know, less than 1,000 subscribers, and they're coming on my, they're on my recommended. So I really appreciate that, and I love that, because that means that YouTube is really pushing the small content creators. And if you are active on YouTube and you are posting content and you are going live and you are sharing your message with the world, you will continue to grow and your people will find you. It's like the Jumanji game where, remember the kid, I don't know if y'all ever seen Jumanji because I'm a little older, and they would hear the drums, the boom, 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 like, what is that noise? What is that noise? And that is the same thing for content. That's the same thing for your audience. The more you put yourself out on live, you're like giving off like a little drum. And they're like, where is that noise coming from? Where I hear it, I don't know where it is. Where is it coming from? And so the more that you talk, the more that you post, the more that you put your information out there, the more that you relay who you are and what you do and how you can serve them and how you can help them and provide value to them, they will continue to hear that noise. Like, what is that? Where is that coming from? And they will find you. And when they find you, they're like, ah, now the music has stopped. But what is this that I've found? What is this? Who is this? Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. And then you have them. They'll love it. And they'll love you if you are honest and you're open about who you are and how you can help them and what value you can bring to them. And allow them to really see the parts of the business and the parts of yourself that most people will kind of hide or gloss over or don't explain very well, right? Most of the times in these arenas, people give you like the either the cookie cutter version of things or they give you the really nice and shiny stuff, right? They don't pull back the curtain and show you the stuff in the back. And so you're like, what is going on? Like something is off. But the people who are honest and open and tell you, hey, this is kind of how it is. This is kind of how my experience has been. This is what I've seen. This is what I've done in the industry. And this is how I've been able to move forward. Those are the people that you can be like, okay, I can relate to that. Okay, I can understand that and I can agree with you on that. You may not agree on everything, but if I'm giving you information and I'm saying, hey, this is my experience. Now you can go fact check me if you want to. And you come back and he's like, you know what? I really kind of, either you agree with me or something you may be like, you know what, I did do my research and she's right. Or at least you got me thinking about that particular thing. So that also helps to move the needle, you know. All right, let's get in this chat. Bum bum bum. Dylan and okay. Da, da, da. Just do YouTube. Yes, I have no idea. Okay. Hugh, I'd rather have a lot of money because I'm so I know, cause and I thought about that and I was like, I really, yeah, honestly, but it sounds really bad to say. Like if you say, oh, I just want money, they're like, what do you mean? And I love my people. I promise you, I do. Um, I do think it's a different mindset though. Here's the thing about money that most people don't know. The only reason why you are where you are is the level of awareness that you have around money, how it works, how to acquire money, right? So if you look at the people who are, and people like to associate, it's like, okay, there are so many vast scales of it. Like, if you go extremely wealthy, then you're like, oh, they're crooks. They're crooks. They're crooks. But there are also people who are very, very poor and are doing some not so great things too, right? So it's that where's that balance, right? But even as you are learning more and more about how to acquire and how to maybe not even be wealthy, but just to be able to pay all of your bills and be comfortable. And I mean comfortable as in like I can live off of my stuff for, I don't know, I would say maybe a year and not feel like I'm having to be nervous about paying my bills, right? I want to be able to travel where I want to and not have to look and like, how much does this cost? Can I afford this? How much is it? Let me see. If that 18% tip, oh my gosh, right? No, I want to just be able to pull it off and give it to you, right? I don't want to have to look at the menu and figure out how much does it cost? Can I get it right? I want to be able to travel. I want to be like, hey, I want to book this flight. I want to book a flight and come back. If I want, like, I'm not a I'm not big on like designer stuff or anything. But if I wanted something really bad, I'm just like, hey, I just want it. Then I want to be able to get it, right? I don't have to worry about it. Like, I drink a lot of water, but I don't really like this, right? Um, I like certain kinds of water because this, I just ordered it, by the way. It comes tomorrow on Amazon. But I don't like this particular kind of water because it makes my teeth sore. Like, certain things do certain stuff to your body. So I don't like certain kinds of water. I'm very mindful of because it makes my teeth sore. Um, Certain toothpaste I buy because I don't want the sensitivity in my mouth. Certain things, like, I started to curate my content and I started to purchase things that were probably on the more expensive level than most people, but I know it makes me feel better. I know I physically feel better when I do these things. So, I'm mindful of the money that it costs, but I also know that I feel like I have a better um, life when I do these things because I physically feel better, right? Nobody wants to be like, I like food, I like to eat, but I don't want my teeth to feel sore. Like, I used to go to the dentist and I was like, why do I feel like when I go like this, my teeth are moving? I like my teeth. I smile a lot. I need all of them to stay where they are. And then so I noticed once I drank better water, they weren't moving. So, these are things that I say that you're mindful of. But I didn't know these things until I really started looking until I started feeling differently and looking into these things. So now when I spend more money on certain things, but I feel better, right? So, there's a fine line on where that money line is. And everybody's different on that, but I started to like the finer things in life. And what I've noticed is as you get older, you probably will too. Like, I saw this video, this lady, she said when you're in your 30s, she was like, we don't care about it cheap. We like comfortable. We like convenience. She was like, if I go out somewhere and there are no tables and no chairs, I'm not going. She was like, I will pay. I pay for VIP. And so this is one of the things that, because I am in the concert space, if you're just joining me, my name is Aysia Smiles. I do executive marketing for large concerts and events. And what we do is we do a lot of, about 4 or 5 concerts a year, and anywhere from 4,000, generally around 4,000 people in our concerts. And so, what I will tell people is when you are promoting the lower tickets, they're okay, but those are not necessarily the people that are going to stop, drop, and purchase everything that you have, right? Because they're more last minute people, right? Like, general admission tends to be the last minute people. Like, I'm not doing it this weekend. Oh, that show is in town. I mean, how much is the ticket? All right, I'll go. But they're not the people who knew they wanted to go to your show. Your VIP people have bought tickets in advance. They knew they picked their outfits. They've been looking for their outfits for a week or a couple weeks. They've been looking on Amazon to figure out what shoes is gonna go with this outfit. They have figured out, are we Uber driving? Are we driving? Are we getting a hotel that weekend? Are we doing the RV that weekend? Are we booking flights? Your VIP people have planned the experience, so they know exactly what they want and they know exactly what they're going to get. They want to have an experience. They know that they're saving their last 2 checks because they want good seats and they want to be able to drink, they want to be able to eat, and they probably are going to do something that weekend either before your show or after your show, right? So either they're either going to go to the club afterwards and have a good time, or they're going to spend that morning getting their hair done, getting their nails done. You know what I mean? Like, it's a process, but I know I am spending time on this, so I'm making the entire weekend. That is an event. It is not just your show, but that entire weekend is an event. And so because of that, I am taking time and I'm saving up for that particular event, right? So everybody's different. But if you're just joining, I went off on a little tangent, but the question is, would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? All right, I'm gonna read this chat now. Let's see here. Okay. Yes, that's correct. Pronunciation. Oh, Hugh. Okay, good. Hugh, are you new to our live? Thank you for joining us. I don't think I've seen you around, have I? That's what I've been doing for YouTube. Oh, really? 2 years? Okay. Yeah, that's good. Because I think sometimes, especially in the space of YouTube, it takes a while to get your feet wet, and it also takes a while for you to get comfortable with, am I gonna do this or am I gonna not do this, right? Like I'm gonna poop or get off the pot per se, right? Like I've been on YouTube for probably years, right? Because once Gmail bought YouTube, I think, or Google bought YouTube and all that stuff. So technically, once you had a Gmail account, now you automatically have a YouTube account. So you can post at any time, right? But just because you have it doesn't mean that you necessarily want to do something with it. And then some of us kind of started and stopped and started and stopped. And then it's like, okay, are you gonna do this or you're not gonna do this, right? You're gonna put yourself out there, but what? Or then you hear the what ifs, right? Then you have the fears in your head, like, oh, what am I gonna do? I'm nervous. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. I don't know how to post. Am I doing this right? Do I do hashtags? Do I do? And this was before, like this is like long form. How much long form? What's the time? Do I do 7 minutes? Do I do 10 minutes? Do I do 20 minutes? Then it's, oh, now it's shorts. Do I do shorts? How long are the shorts? Are they 5 seconds? Are they 15 seconds? Should I do a minute? Oh, now we have 3 minute shorts. Do I do 3 minute shorts? Do I do live stream? Do I do long form? Do I do portrait? Do I do portrait? Portraits, what we have right now, up and down, or do I do a landscape, which is the regular YouTube format, right? So you have all these questions. So then you're freaking out about that, right? And so at some point you just are like, listen, what are we gonna do? Either we're gonna do it or we're gonna put it off again. If we put it off again, we're gonna be in the same place and all this time has passed and we haven't done it, right? So it's like, okay, just either, well, what's the worst that could happen? I've already been doing it for this amount of time. If I continue to do it, then I'll continue to get subscribers. Then I'll continue to refine it and refine it and refine it. And at some point, if I continue to do it long enough, then it will just kind of create its own space, right? Like if you keep throwing stuff and throwing stuff at the wall, it's eventually something will stick, right? And then whatever that is that sticks, then you kind of look around and see, okay, well, why did it stick, right? And what made it stick? And what else can stick to it, right? And then you start to really think about the things that are sticking around it. And then what else can I stick with it? What else can I add to it? Can I add a color? Can I add a shape? Can I hang something on it since it's sticking? You know what I mean? And then you start to get creative. Yeah. So we've all done similar things. Now you can, if you know what you're doing, I'm gonna hold that because I think that goes to my poll. But just continue to work on it. That's what I say. Continue to work on it. A lot of people will tell you to just start, but what does that mean? And then other people will tell you to make sure you already have your stuff lined up before you start. And like plan and proper planning. And so proper planning does help if you in fact already know what it is that you're gonna do. Let that sink in. Is there any contact she's posted? If there is any contact she's posted. Okay, exactly, Aisha. That's one of the many reasons why I pursued to become YouTube. Absolutely. I feel like everybody has something to say, right? And there's 8 billion people in this world. Imagine if you just started and seeing how many people come to you and be like, oh my God, I feel that same way. But if you never post it, nobody will ever know that you and them feel the exact same way, right? For example, YouTube be like chilling with Big Dean is live or chilling. Yes. Jumanji is one of my favorite. I love Jumanji. I don't think I've seen Blank Check. Hey, FNS. Hello. I guess subscribe to D. Okay. So I'll be doing a live stream on why and what inspired me to do YouTube, and also I'll do another live stream. Yeah, like everybody has their like area of expertise. Like if you're just starting out, just and when I say just start, because so many people are so nervous to do it, just do something, right? Just to be like, oh, I did it, right? And so what is that does is that gets kind of the nerves out the way, and you'll be like, ooh, even if nobody's seen it, right? Because if you're just starting out, nobody sees it, then you haven't lost anything, right? Because you're like, well, ain't nobody here, no way. And it's just like I've done it by myself. That's fine. But over time, you'll get a little better and a little bit better, and then it gets fun. You know, then it gets fun. Okay, let me see. Hello, Street. Oh, so I've been to Nairobi, Kenya, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. I like to visit. I don't know that I would stay there, just because I like where I'm at, but I like visiting there though. And somebody else asked me that. He's like, why don't you move here? I was like, because I like where I live in. I'll travel and I'll visit people and I'll stay for a little while, but I still love home, right? Now don't give me, things may change, eh? Things may change. But for right now, I'm good. But thank you for asking, Street. Great question. I'll be live tomorrow morning. Absolutely, Dean. Day 9, no alcohol. Y'all give it up to Misfit. Day 9, no alcohol. Oh, that's so beautiful, Misfit. I'm so happy for you. Yay. Indeed, I've done the same. That's what's up, bro. Keep it going. That's right. 30 and up. Gotta love country. Yes. I did a family reunion one time. The first family reunion, we paid for the DJ and everything and the setup and all stuff. And the second one was like, oh, we can cut costs. I just wanted to let y'all know that was my idea. I was like, oh, I'll DJ. Oh, I'll DJ and I'll do the slideshow. And I'll get the food. And I'll set up the photo backdrop. It was a mess. It was a mess. So we did have family members who decorated, so it was beautiful decorations. I did get somebody to do the food, so the food was good. I could not figure out, I was having so many problems trying to get the photo slideshow to work. Then I had to get my cousin to create the backdrop for the photo thing. It was all right, but it wasn't what it could have been. And then I kept having problems trying to do the video thing plus trying to DJ. No. And I remember my cousin saying to me at the time, she was like, No, I pay for convenience. And I was like, no, I was like, girl, we can DIY this. Never again. You hear me? You hear me? You know, look, I only got to look bad one time, okay? I didn't even have, look, I stopped even offering. I stopped even asking to do family reunions. I was like, look, y'all just do them yourself. Like, I'm not, I still got to redeem myself from that one. At this point, look, the next family reunion I do, it's everybody's free. It's already going to be paid for. You just going to come at this point because I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? Because I tried to DIY. And so now when when I'm here with my aunt, she's like, well, we can so and so. And I'm like, mm. She's like, you don't want to paint? I'm not going to sit up here and tell you I want to paint. Because I don't. Because I don't. Mm-mm. 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 We are at the age we want the finer things in life. We will pay for that. We're going to pay for that. I don't want to. The only thing I want to paint, and I barely want to do these, is my nails. I don't want to paint these. Okay. Come on. We'll get out the toilet. Well, you know it's the S word, but I wasn't trying to cuss. Vertical and horizontal. Yeah, that's I like to say portrait and landscape because that's how I learned it. School. So my aunt had made some mac and cheese. Remember I tell you about this. I said dairy, I can feel it. I only had 2 tablespoons. And I said, Aysia, don't do a lot because I know I can feel it. You can hear it in my voice, right? It gets a little raspy. It gets a little caught up in here. Dairy, I be sheesh. I'm gonna have to give it up. I'm gonna be so much better in the long run for it though. It's so sad, but I gotta let it go. Deem said, what time are you going live tomorrow? Oh, okay, you talking to Deem. Is that my Crystal? Hey, Crystal. Hey, girl. He said around 11 a.m. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Ba, ba, ba. Does anyone know what helps with a hangover? Okay, so prior to the hangover, olive oil, apparently, if you take I think a tablespoon of olive oil or a shot of olive oil before you go out, you don't get drunk at all, which is, some people are like, oh no. Or vitamin C before. I don't really know what helps after. Because the damage has already been done. And then, you know, you always have the initial bread absorbs the alcohol, a lot of water to dilute it, you know, those kinds of things. But yeah, vitamin C usually helps really well with that kind of stuff. Vitamin C and olive oil. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I had a grappling competition over the weekend. Took home silver. Hey, we like that. Congratulations, Misfit. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do you think that's because you didn't drink? Is that why you think you took home silver? Is that why you feel like you're feeling like yourself again? That's so amazing. I'm so proud of you, Misfit. Hello, Daddy. How are you? Yeah, we're gonna have to get Crystal and Demon alive one day so they can tell us about their love story. Don't say that. Misfit is just he's 9 days sober. Don't say that. And then Dean don't need to be getting drunk. No, no way. Not with that anger. He don't need to drink no brown. Cause you know what? Brown. What's the thing that they used to say? Brown. When you drink brown, you act like a clown or something. What is it? It used to be something that they say. Brown turn people into Wolverines. I bet it. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, let me see. Demon time. All right, I got my favorite whiskey on the shelf and a fridge full of my favorite. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I'm so proud of you, Misfit. And you feel better, right? Kudos to you. Probably at some point get out the house all together. All together. Only because there will probably never be a time where you are going to be socially doing it. Hello, Quincy. Hey, Quincy. If you are just joining us, I put a poll in the chat. It says, would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? So don't forget to post your don't forget to post your answer in the chat. Which one do you like better though? You like Q or Quincy? Hey Q. You guys make me want to feel a positive vibe. Absolutely, Misfit. That's what friends are for good times. I did not practice today. And bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. I'm not sitting. That's what friends are for. Is that my Clemente? Hello, Clemente. Okay. Q said definitely great at one thing as long as it doesn't mean I'm completely incapable of all things. Okay. What's good? Clemente, I just added a poll in the chat not too long ago. Let's see what time it is. Oh, 10 more minutes. Let me see. What time did I post this? Let's see here. Oh, I posted an hour ago. Okay. Hello, Jerry. He said he doesn't like. Dude in the mood. Deem said he doesn't like. Is you got new? Yes, yes. Oh, and it shakes. Look at us. Look at us. Yeah. So cute. Great question. I have not answered yet. The reason for the poll is because when I was in college, I worked with a guy and he asked me this question. He said, would you rather be great at one thing or good at many? And so that's why I'm posting it to you all. So I wanted to know what your thoughts were. So you say good at many. And then you said great at one, Q, and most people say good at many. And then, what did you, Clemente, have you picked one yet? And Crystal, what did you pick? I should have seen what? Are you going to bed already? Oh. Good night, Misfit. It's so soon. You just got on. Good night. Congratulations on your silver, though. That's amazing. I'll give you a shimmy for that. I think I put many. Okay, you put many. Okay. So, the initially when is he still on? Is he already gone? Is he already gone already? No, I think he's still on. I don't know. I gave him a shimmy. I don't know if he's still here. All right, let's see here. He said we love you. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he did see the shimmy. Okay, good. Good night, Misfits. You're welcome. So, the answer to the poll is really wherever you are in your journey in life, right? For me, at that time, I was in my 20s, and I said good at many. I was like, cool. I said, I'm going to be, and I was kind of like Demon. I was like, I'm going to say good at many because if that one thing fall through, I got some other things. I got some other skills I could fall back on. Because in my brain, I was like, I don't want to be like Blockbuster. Because Blockbuster just gone. I was like, look, they ain't even try and pivot. I said, they probably could have did. I was like, they had all the movies. I said, they probably could have pivoted a little earlier. They could have been like a Redbox or a Netflix or something, but they just gone. And so I was like, so I know, let me finish. So I was like, I want to be able to bounce back. So I said good at many. Well, then as I've gotten older, I thought about the jobs that I had. And I said, well, if I have a job that nobody else knows how to do, then they'll always need me. But then over time, which was a great idea in the thought process of it, until it became the execution part of it. And it was like, I don't want to be here every weekend. I don't want to be at church every Sunday. I don't want to do these things all the time, right? I don't want to have to always be here. I need somebody else. I have to teach somebody else how to do it. And so I was like, well, do I teach them exactly how to do it? Or do I teach them a little bit? How much do I teach them, right? So then it became exhausting because it was like, well, can you work this weekend? Can you work this weekend? Can you work this weekend? Well, nobody can do it like you can do it, though. I know, but because you are so detail oriented and you pay attention to everything and you double and triple check and you make sure everything runs so smoothly and can you just do it? Why, and then so it became exhausting in that regard. So I was like, oh my gosh. So what I've learned is being good at many things doesn't allow you to be great at that one thing. And although I can do a lot of things well, I wouldn't call myself an expert in any field because of that. And so if you look at my content sometimes, you'll see that, right? Because I have a lot of different things. But because I have a lot of different things, it's hard to place me in a category, even on YouTube, because I do a lot of different things. So when I say, would you rather be great at one thing or good at many, I kind of was in that good at many, but in the interim of business, it's too many different things. You do need to be great at one thing in order for you to excel in that area, because you're not wavering in this and in that and taking money over here and taking money over there. When you have that one thing, you just go for the one thing, the one sure thing, and you can do it over and over and over again, and people will know you for that one thing, right? Like, I'd be trying to help, I'll be wanting to do something different, but they only know me for this. To this day, people still call me and ask me about websites. I don't like doing websites. I don't really care for them. But people have known me for doing them for so long. It's like I can't turn them down because that's what they know me for. Um, and when I started doing the concerts, I was very hush hush about it because I didn't want people calling me asking me for tickets. So I never told anybody. So now I don't even put. I try not to. I put it out on social media a little bit, but not a lot. So people don't know me for that because I wasn't out there selling that stuff. I wasn't out there promoting that stuff. So it does make a difference in what you say and what you put out there because people know you for that thing. So you can be good at many things, but what is that one thing that you really want to go after? If that is if it is going to be your money maker, then it does save you a lot of time and a lot of stress if you just go with that one thing. So, as far as a poll is, I used to say good at many, but now I'm really geared towards the great at one thing because it does make a difference, a huge difference. So, so what did Q say? Great at one thing, you'll be a creator, innovator. Great at many, your ceiling is middle manage. Okay. 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 Life is short. The older you get, the shorter it gets. Yeah. um, business. Business. So what's the one thing I want to be an expert in business? But the that's where that mini thing comes in. It's like I'm good in a lot of areas. Which one do I want to be great in though? But business is too big of an umbrella. And so then you still have to tweak the umbrella, right? I could say business, but business is so vast. Right. Exactly. So then it becomes which business in what category in what area. And it's like my brain hurts. My brain hurts. That's why I asked y'all the other night. Remember I said, what do you know me for? That was that was also to narrow down the niche. I was like, okay, what do you know me for? And I watched Ryan Serhant, and he said two things is good. He was like, you can be, I think he says he does media and real estate. I think is what he says his two things are. So it doesn't have to be that you just have to have one. You can still be two, but it needs to be, concise. And then you can do multiple things within that bracket, but what does it look like? And I do think that for most people are generally in the area that they want to be in. They just need to fine tune and tweak it a little bit. And so I've tried a lot of different things, and I like a lot of different things. Yeah. We shall see. So I'm spending the week writing that out. Which one? Or do I just I may just start a completely different channel if I want to do something completely different, right? Like, you all know I like fitness, I like health stuff. But there's no room on this channel to do it. The week. We can figure out, right? Can we, though? I don't know if it's... I've always said if I don't love it, I can't do it. And I think that's where I get stuck. Because I like a lot of different things. Like, you like real estate. And I applaud people who just like one thing. I was like, oh, that's cute. That's so cute. You just like that one thing? Like, your whole life? That's amazing. That's cute. But I don't know. I like a lot of stuff. I want to get better at business. But what business? I like social media. I don't like the I don't mind coming on here going live every night, being consistent. I get that part. The uploading, the posting, the editing, that stuff I no longer enjoy. That would have to be somebody else to do it. I like talking about spirituality. I'm not an expert in it, but I like it. I got a my minor is in what is it? My minor is in coaching. I have a project management degree. I don't love project management though. I don't really like it. But I got the degree in it. I got the certification in it. Well, I should say certification, not the degree in it, because I didn't get the 4 years in that. But my degree was in broadcast journalism, which is what I'm doing here. So I'm doing that part. So then I said I wanted to be a public speaker, which I am publicly speaking to you all. You see what I mean? Huh? Lizzo is better than Janet? Interesting. You listen, you trying to start stuff in the chat. I mean, I do like her songs, but I can tell if you say that, I can tell how old you are, which is cool, you know. We know when people say like LeBron is better than Michael, I know how old you are, right? Everybody's in their era. Like when you like, oh, 90s music is way better than the 70s. I know how old you are, right? You just know people's age by their culture. What you grew up in is what you love. You sound 43. You stop it. You're funny, Hugh. Lizzo, I just heard a couple Lizzo songs today. She's cool, but I wouldn't compare the two because they're like apples and oranges. They're both females, but that's about it. There's no comparison. Like they're not the same type of artist. They're not the same type of music. One dances, one doesn't. One is like petite, one is thick. You know what I mean? Like one is 50s, one is 20s. You know what I mean? Like they're not even apples to oranges. They're like decades. Like you're talking like almost like baby boomer to like Gen Z. They're not even. You know, mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not even close. So, Hugh just trying to disrupt my chat. That's what he's trying to do. We going back to. I like Janet. I like SZA. I like both. All right. So I'm ending the poll. But yeah. All right. Excuse me. What are your intentions, Hugh? Oh. She didn't like my discussion, huh? She trying to take over my chat. I wanted to figure out what my niche is. He said we're going to figure out tonight. And then did you answer the question, Hugh? Were you great at one thing or good at many? Mm-hmm. So you didn't even answer the question, so why are you trying to commandeer the chat? I am going to start changing the content in these chats, by the way. Once you figure out what niche. But are you good at many things? Because you just came into the chat. So we already spoke on this. And you said okay. You said you're good at many. What is it that you do, Hugh? What is your profession? I would do. Wow. Did you really just say there's nothing about real estate that you love? If I don't love it, I will not do it. Mm-mm. I am a passion girly. I have to enjoy what I do. I have to love what I do. It has to be something that I would do for free. Like this. Right? I would do this for free. I enjoy it. I like it. I'm good at it. I think sometimes when you like something, you just have to figure out how to monetize it, though. Because I could just do this all day. Really. I don't mind to. I don't mind it at all. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. I just need to know how to monetize it. But yeah, I like this. I don't mind it. And usually they say the thing that you're supposed to do is like it should just be easy, right? I mean, this is easy. But if you were in my shoes, how would you monetize this? What would you do? Mm-hmm. What are you in school for, Hugh? You say you're 43 and in school. What are you in school for? The one thing about Janet, even though she's Why do you like that Janet was private? What about her private life did you like? So how old are you, Hugh? Cause that's a is that your real name? That can't be. That's a really old name. Hugh is not somebody who, unless you're named after like your grandpa or something. I'm passionate about providing at a high level in a lot of ways. That's the difference between men and women. I think men and women are, y'all are physical, right? So physically, things that are like you feel like you've worked hard for, that you were dedicated, or you like to feel useful, right? That makes you feel fulfilled. You know? Whereas, yeah, I have to be emotionally like, I love this. I want to do this for the rest of my life. Congrats on going back to school though. That's really cool. But how old are you though? When you say Hugh is your real name, you say you're not 43, but that's a very older name. Because we do have a lot of different ages in our chat, so I'm just trying to figure out your mindset and your age. And the fact that the comparison that you put in the chat already lets me know your age, actually. But I'm just interesting, right? Like, I was listening to a live earlier, and so people will say things, and you will think that because I don't know you, and but your conversation will already tell me where you are, where you fall in the spectrum, just by what you say. The older you get, the more you understand. So, mm-hmm. Right. But everything you're saying already lets me. I can already see it. It's okay. You don't say anything else. Good night, Clemente. Thank you for joining us. It was good to see you. It was good to see you. Have a good night, Clemente. What's your A in? You don't have to disclose your age. That's fine. DTA? You said DTA program? What is DTA? Direct transfer. Mm-hmm. So you're in high school? Oh, 22. Okay. Good night, Clemente. Hey, Sandy. Is it Sandy or Dylan? Which one? I eat bacon now. Hello, Wicked. I don't eat pork at all. Um, so, are you asking Hugh what he's going to college for? He's going for arts and sciences, I think he said. And what is it that you want to do with that, Hugh? Because arts and sciences is pretty broad. So what that kind of goes with that good at many things, but arts and sciences is so vast. Where are you wanting to land with that? Hey, Speedy, how are you? Bum, 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 bum. What's your good news, Sandy? I'm glad you're doing good, Speedy. Glad to have you with us. Eventually transfer to a four-year college and get a degree in supply and chain management. Okay. Yep. General Studies program, doing the core classes before. Yeah, because the AA is just, I guess, just regular stuff. And then what I also enjoyed was if you're ever, I guess you're doing the AA stuff at probably like a technical school, I guess, maybe. One thing that I did find was when I did go to school, two things. One, taking the classes kind of like what you're doing at a smaller school. Like if I didn't have to, I here's the thing. I'm public speaking now, right? But when I started, I was very fearful of speech class because the speech when I was in college, it was like 200 kids in class. I was like, I don't know what this looks like, but I know I'm not finna talk in front of 200 people. I'm not finna do it. So I took speech over the summer at a technical school, and it was like 12 people. And so I felt so much more comfortable in that setting in order to do it. So I always encourage people if you can take those kind of classes at a technical school if you're nervous about doing those kind of things or if you just need more hands-on help, you know. And then two, if you are trying to get into a like a 4-year college, apply for summer if you can because it's so much harder to get in on the falls and the springs because the numbers are so much greater, right? They have so many people trying to enroll at that one time. But if you apply for the summer, the barrier is so much lower. And then it also gives you time to get in there and enjoy the campus, enjoy the college life while everybody's gone before they all come back. So you're not like shelter shocked, right? Because when it's a whole bunch of people, you just become a number, right? But if you do it if you apply and get in during the summer, you have time to get acclimated. You have time to learn the campus, learn the dorms, learn where the food court is, how much time it takes to get from this class all the way over here to this class, so that you know instead of you trying to create that because my college was huge, right? 15 minutes and it takes 20 minutes to walk across the campus, you're always late to this one class. It's not feasible. But if you have the time over the summer to kind of figure out where all the buildings are, that helps you so much more. So those are always my tips for people who are in school. the things I wish I knew. And then I should have gotten, I feel like every time I went to get a scholarship, the scholarships were either like when I was a freshman, I felt like they were only junior and seniors, and then when I got to like junior and seniors, I felt like all the scholarships were for freshmen and sophomores. And I don't know why I was so nervous to take the to apply for the like for apply for school, because it would tell you like you have to fill out a 500-word essay. And at the time in high school I was like, oh my gosh, 500 words, that's just so hard, how am I ever gonna do it? And I talk on here, I've been on here for 110 minutes now. You know, a 500-word essay is like 5 paragraphs. It's crazy when you're younger how you think, oh my gosh, it's just gonna be so hard, it's just so much, I can't fathom 500 words, where am I gonna come up with all these words? And now I'm trying to cut it down to 500. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm at 2,000. I'm at 2,000 words, I gotta cut it to 500. Where am I gonna cut? So life has its way of coming full circle. Okay. We figured out. Oh, when are you graduating college? Me neither. I'm coming out. You see me? I'm coming out. Yeah. So I was very in high school. I was um busy. I was busy. I was in a lot of things. That's why I don't bother. I don't get upset in the chat. I was a peer meter in high school. So having people on opposing sides and hearing both sides, it's comfortable for me, right? Like when somebody comes and tells me something, if you want me to take your side, I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna sit there and think about it. I'm like, okay. And I'm always gonna. That's why I love these chats, because even though you may or may not think it, right? But I'm always curious to hear your side of things, right? Because I do know that sometimes you get in your head and you be one sided. So I'm always curious to hear what your side is, because I want to maintain that balance. Because it could be, and often most times is, that both of us are on the same side, our delivery is different. So we both probably want the same things, but our delivery is just different based on our experiences and how we grew up in our culture. But even though I'm good at communication, I still freeze up from time to time. I'm like, I don't know what to say. Or I overthink things sometimes, you know? We're working on it. We all have our hiccups, you know. We all know what we could probably do a little bit better. Like, I don't know what we've said this in the chat. I don't know that I've ever asked y'all that. Like, what is something that you could probably improve on? Let me know in the chat. Mine is my just overthinking some things and not being as decisive as I need to be. Hence the niche. Hey, Robert. Were you on and popped off and popped back in? You were on earlier, right? And then disappeared? I like to talk. Is that my Z? Hey, Z. How are you? I used to tutor English, economics in college. Easiest $18 an hour you can make. People didn't show up. So, Z, my birthday is in June 18th. You know, matter of fact, where's Bluke? Where's my twin? Yes, had to go. Okay. I don't know what HEB is. What was that? What is HEB? All these acronyms. Oh, the grocery. Oh, you know we don't have those. Oh, I'm glad you're good, Z. That's good. um, Economics I felt like was a little difficult. But here we are with like supply and demand. That's economics, right? Supply and demand. So I'm sure your supply and demand's probably working really well right about now. It seems like you took all of the classes that you felt you would actually need in your actual day to day. So it seems like what you took in college worked to your benefit, Q. Am I correct? And then what was your major in college? Oh, I didn't know that, Z. Aww, look at us. That's so cool. That's really cool, Z. I love that. Gemini. Okay. Um, Hugh says I'm still in college. I'm doing my AA. Okay, that's good. But Q, what was your major? Good. How are you in class, Hugh? Are you getting good grades? Like how are you handling everything? And Z, are you in school? You read me well. I dropped out because I need to complete. What? You read me well. I dropped out because I need to complete classes I never use. I took. Surprisingly enough, oceanography probably ends up being a good class, but you was tired. But anyway, most people, right, because most people take classes that they hate or never use or just go to school for and do nothing with, right? I went to school initially for sports medicine. So that's why the health stuff is there. Because that's what I went to school for initially because I was with all these football players. And I was like, I can see myself doing this, wrapping ankles and, icing and stuff. This don't seem too hard. I could do this for a job. I could do this. And then they were like, you need, the muscles there are 600 something muscles and the tendons. And you have to do this and you got to do this. And I was like, oh, I'll be a doctor? Ew, I don't want to do that. So then, but I still am very health conscious of all these things. So I was like, okay, well, I like health, but I don't like it that much to put that much energy into it. Like I like being healthy. I like being mindful of what I'm eating, what I'm intaking, how my body moves, how my muscles work. But I don't necessarily want to know every single ligament and tendon and, um, you know, all the different things that was involved in that. And so I ended up changing majors to broadcast journalism. And so here we are. So I realized that I'd rather talk about it than physically do the things with it. Now, I'll give you a massage though. I've been known to give great massages, but that's neither here nor there. So, to Q's finance economics, but if it helps you in real estate though, then finance and economics was perfect for you, because finances is, money. We're in sales, and then economics is the real estate market, supply and demand, buyers and sellers. Oh my goodness, tectonic. I just think you were in the right place. I think because you mustn't have no cute girls in your class, because otherwise you'd have stayed up in that class. I know you would have. You laughing, Z? um, isn't the correct term masseuse? Um, I don't think that's not how you spell it, is it? I don't think that's how you spell it. A masseuse. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. Ugh. Yeah, that's not how you spell it. Finance and economics is perfect, but it requires science classes and humanities. And that's where we talk about. That's where we talk about what college does. College doesn't necessarily prepare you for the real world. College prepares you for a 9 to 5. So they give you stuff that you won't necessarily ever need in life. Unless you're on Jeopardy. But the regular day-to-day things, college does not prepare you for, right? Like taxes and stuff like that. How to have a business, right? Like none of that stuff. How to work with people, I feel like everybody should take peer mediator classes. Like I did in high school. I feel like everybody should take that. How to handle, rejection when you don't get your way. Like how to do that stuff. Like money, really money, sales. Like this is stuff that they should teach, but they don't teach it. But they don't teach it for a reason. Spirituality, they don't teach it for a reason. No, but you're so Hugh masseuse is spelled Masseuse. A masseuse. A masseuse. The masseuse is a woman who provides a massage professionally. Masseur. Masseuse is a French word and refers to a female who practices massage. Males in the industry were known as masseurs. Facts. I would agree with you. How to handle objection. Yeah. Everyone should do sales. Facts. Because it gives you so much confidence, right? Confidence, and then you're not just not nervous about all that kind of stuff. My thoughts are different if your goal is to become a doctor, lawyer, or something. I was originally going to school for law. Why'd you leave law, though? Lawyers don't make a lot of money. I mean, You can make your own money, but that's a lot of paperwork. Did you watch Suits? I'm still watching Suits though. I'm only like episode 5. I'm gonna finish it probably like 2 years from now. If I finish it. I love this lip gloss. It's so pretty. Ruby kisses. Reagan, it's time for me to get some. And I don't like, as pretty as this is, you can't get to all of it. Who makes these things? See, that's what I'm saying. They don't. Paying for something I can't even use because I can't even get to it like that. Because you can't really get to the bottom. And you get to these corners. I feel like a man made this. I want to use all my lip gloss. But anyway. Oh, okay. Suits is for brainiacs. Us average folks watch Outer Banks. Outer Banks? Mm-hmm. I like Suits. I mean, I'm only 6 episodes in, so. I do like how people's brains work, though. Let's see here. My thoughts are different. More lucrative to have a great lawyer than be a great lawyer. Interesting. There should be Suits for a lot of it. Suits for how old are you? I'm in my 30s, Hugh. Late 30s. Late. I'm knocking on the door, okay? I got a birthday next month. It's okay, Hugh. I'm almost 40. That's why I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Because if you live a life of like freedom, right? Freedom, happiness, live a life of, what does that even mean? Q, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Huh? But if you live authentic to who you feel like you are meant to be, then I do believe like you feel younger and you look younger, right? And it's also how you treat others and also how you treat yourself. You meant to say. Oh, is that what it is? That's the emphasis you put on late. I'm knocking on the door. That's what I said, right? I said I'm late. Late 30s. I don't mind it though. I wouldn't change it for a thing. Like I wouldn't even go back because I learned more this year and in the last 2 or 3 years than I've learned my entire. I don't want to go back at all. I don't want to go nowhere that I have art. You hear me? The rewind? No. If I rewind, I would want this same mindset that I have now. I wouldn't even want to go back to younger me. I just learned so much stuff. And I'm so thankful for the internet because where would I be without the internet? Mm-mm. I don't want to think about it. So I hope and pray that you all are using what you have to your advantage, because we do have so much stuff at our disposal. And to hear the people who are very like highly successful, making 6 and 7, 8, 9 figures, they was like, man, when I started, you always hear the old people like, back when I started back in the day, you know how good you got it now. And I was like, well, I still don't, I know I have it better than you have it, but I don't know how good. You haven't really quite grasped the concept of that just yet, but it gets better. It gets so much better. It gets so much better. And the more you do it, the more reps you have, the more confidence you feel, and the more you just have fun with it, right? You can tell when somebody's really enjoying their life when they're just having fun with it. Like I even put that on my. I said my priorities for this week is my life is easy and luxurious and be more fun. Because when I have fun and I do it, then it doesn't feel like work. And then more people are uh, attracted to it. More people gravitate towards it because you make it look like it's fun. You make it look like it's easy. You make it look like it's something that they would want to do, right? So I'm just waiting on Q to give me my niche. I've been talking for an hour and a half, 2 hours now. He said we could figure it out in the night, so I'm waiting on you, sir. Well, while we're waiting, here's my ASMR for y'all. This is my like favorite book right now. We are on chapter 12. Don't do that, cause I already know you. Did you get it from my Amazon store? Cute. Okay. So I'm going to read to you the part on, is it exercise? Oh, they have exercises in here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, we've read this book 3 times at this point. No, we haven't. I have not even read this page to you all yet. So the book is called Talk Sense to Yourself. And the book basically is like all the things that we tell ourselves that we overthink or overanalyze, or we tell ourselves we can't do something. But if you read the book will tell you all the ways we so like self-sabotage ourselves in our language, in the things that we say to ourselves, or the way that we talk about ourselves to other people. We can subconsciously put ourselves down by the way that we speak, and it's very interesting just to hear and to see. Like if I pick a page, ooh, self-judgment. One danger inherent in using judgmental language is the tendency of those who judge others to judge themselves. I'm not as good looking as Harry. Maxine makes twice as much money as I do. I always beat Sarah in racquetball. I'm better than she is. Comparing yourself with others flows out of a belief that you should be comparable and that you should measure up. The belief is that you should be more, you should be better, you should be like someone else. Judging yourself against another person's norm is a quick way to produce feelings of inferiority. When you judge yourself by someone else's standard, you can never be enough. There is always someone you can find who is richer, healthier, stronger, or more attractive than you. Certainly, it is reasonable to admire others, to value the positive personality traits they possess, and the useful abilities they have developed. The problem doesn't occur because of admiration, it occurs because when you get down on yourself because you don't measure up. It occurs because when you don't feel enough, you deprive yourself and the universe of a full you. Step out of the section of judgment trap by developing an internal standard. Determine what is acceptable for you and work to achieve it. Eliminate language that compares you, the feelings of inferiority and distance it produces. It's such a good book. There's so many. And apparently there's an exercise here that I just happened to see. Okay, let's see here. Exercise. With awareness comes ripeness for change. When you're consistently hearing your internal dialogue, noticing the language patterns of others and picking up on the programming that comes from the media, you're ready to begin a language exercise program. Yes, exercise. It is important to tone up those language muscles. Not exercising your language is as unhealthy as not exercising your body. It's time to make a commitment to the process of changing your language, and part of that process involves exercise. I'm talking about vocal workouts, using words and language patterns in specific practice sessions. Let me see here. Think of your vocal workouts as inner size. Just as exercise helps keep your exterior in shape, inner size will lead you to your inner fitness. And they have like little things that you should do. That's really cool. Look, I'm about to give y'all homework for tomorrow. That's really good. Let me see here. How long is this? I'll say that for tomorrow. How many languages can I speak? Good question. So I took 4 years of French. I think if I were to be submerged in French, I could pick it back up rather quickly. And English. And when I was over in Kenya, I did learn a couple of phrases in Swahili. However, I have not quite learned that. Can you act like you hate that book? You know, that's oh no, I don't want to read the book, and then you be at the sitting at somebody's feet tomorrow. What's the next page? You know what? Waiting till the page turn. Sitting at somebody's hip. Read it again. Read it again. It's my favorite part. Oh, you were saying Q as in Q. I thought you were saying. Oh, gotcha, Q. You are quite similar, like Q and Q. I get it. I get it. She was talking to you earlier, and I was confused. Oh goodness, twinsies. As far as finding your niche, are you looking for something that generates enough income to quit what you're doing, or something you simply enjoy as a hobby or a side business? I'm thinking of something in addition to. I like what I do, unless I were to do it on a larger scale. When I mean larger scale, like if I were to take it, like right now we're just in, we mainly do like Arkansas and South Carolina. If I were to take it and do it like overseas, I would enjoy that. But that's a completely different ballgame, right? Because now you're outside of your norm. You're outside of, like, if I were to take it, I would love to take it to Kenya, right? That's a whole nother beast, right? Because now you got to worry about artists. You have to worry about their flights, their travel arrangements, hotel accommodations. They have to have shots now, right? Because you're in certain areas of the world that they have to need those things. And then you have to worry about what what a concert over there looks like. Do they even have the equipment that we're looking for? How soon can they get it? They're on like CPT time times two. It is not a they are not 9 to 5 people. They are like, I'll get there when I get there. I'm very curious to see what it looks like, but there are some certain places in Africa that are very much like very city, very much like America. It's like South America looks. I mean, South Africa looks like America. Like if you've seen some of those concerts over there in Accra, Ghana, they're huge. So, hmm, I don't know. But I definitely want something in between the shows because you know, I want some. I have the time to do it. You said no way. Are you from Kenya, Hugh? Wow. What part of Kenya? Are you in Nairobi? I was in Kenya in October of last year. I went to Nairobi and visited an orphanage there. What stops me? Probably um, getting dressed. Dressing up because once you get to a certain place, right, now it's the curating of content now. Deleting stuff that doesn't look as appealing or doesn't fit the narrative of where I would like to be. I like to be in the concert space, but I don't think it's enough people who need that. I don't think it's enough people that need concerts. And concerts is very, what's the word? Competitive, right? Competitive and also like kind of like gatekeeping, right? Like they don't want most people don't want you to know how they got it, who they went through, how they made the money, what the expenses are, and all that stuff. I think it's very. Then you have the promoters who aren't really good, and they're not showing you. So people think that promoters like make all this money, and some do, and some don't do good with the money. Some don't do well with the money. Some take the money and run. But there are other people who realize we have shows all year long, so it may look like we made a lot of money, but we also have to pay deposits on artists, and you're talking about some artists are like $100,000. So this show just made this much money, and this artist cost this much money. That much money just went back out the door. So it's not necessarily that this is an enormous amount of pot. This pot feeds into the other pot, feeds into the other pot. So I want something in between. Your content doesn't need to be about your concerts. So what does my content need to be? I think I stopped doing um I stopped doing videos when I got back here. I haven't done posted a video in a minute. I think I think it's on my to-do list. I'll put it that way. I spent today batching the blue stuff. I think sometimes, when you are in this space, you can over push other people's stuff and put your stuff on the back burner. So that's essentially kind of what's happened because the show just came out, because we're prepping for the next show, because we are wanting to make sure that this show is extremely successful. I've been trying to push this other one a lot more in the forefront, so I put my stuff on the back burner. With that being said, I do need to go back and create more videos. Because BZ is always asking me for stuff. He's like, "Can you send me a video?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll get to it." But I have not. I have not made a video for myself in a long time. I have to figure out where I'm gonna videotape it because I don't want this backdrop. But also, yeah, where am I gonna videotape it? I don't know. I gotta think on that. My family's in Kenya. I was born in the States. Oh, okay. But we moved to Kenya when I was 9. I lived there. Oh, wow. That's interesting. So you were born in the States, then you moved back at 9, and then you currently, wow. Okay, cool. That's interesting, Q. Hello, KS. How are you? Hey. Okay. I don't know. You have to ask Mika's twin. Where is Mika? Q. She's out here living life. How often you talk to her, Q? You said I am the content. So, but how do I monetize that though? Do you see what I'm saying? Because that content, wellness, yoga, travel, to me is different from marketing, right? So I guess the question would be if I told you I want to go all in on business, content, wellness, yoga, and travel is my business, right? Or is it that I go all in on business because that's what I love, but the yoga, wellness, travel um is the like the passion, right? This is what I enjoy doing. But then how do you monetize this part? Am I doing yoga retreats? I haven't done yoga retreat. You said I'm nice. Are you nice, KS? I'm glad you're nice. I love that. Go next. Did they win, KS? I know my aunt was watching something. I wasn't paying too much attention. It's 1 a.m. Do you know what that means? Oh, they won? Okay, good. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you are new and just joining us. My name is Aysia Smiles. We go live every night around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time, and we talk about various topics. Although our topics change on the daily, we are talking about anything from health, wellness, apparently travel, business, and mindset are usually our top chats. It takes 5 minutes to cook 1 egg. How many minutes does it take to cook 5 eggs? I guess 5 minutes. Because I'm putting them all in at the same time. You monetize your life content by growing a following, getting sponsored, selling cheeses. By selling cheese. Did you get that stuff? That stuff kind of looks nasty, by the way. That vegan stuff that you showed me. I was like, ew. I was like, banana and what? They don't even look good. I said, I'm gonna let you buy it first and you let me know if it tastes good. And then if it tastes good, then I'll buy it. I'm gonna show y'all. Listen, I don't mind trying new things, but you ever know, like, you ever seen when you're like an owl? Because I'm thinking about this owl right here. Owls don't poop, right? Um they don't do number two, right? They just throw up their stuff, but it comes in like a it's almost like a little netting. They just like cough it back up. And so when I was in school, we would do a that was like science class where you would like see what the owl ate because of what it brought up into you. Like you put your little you put your gloves on and then you dissect and see what they ate. Look, look at this. So this is what. So Q said, "Hey," he said, "'cause you're vegan. I think we should try these." He said, "I think we should try these. They look really healthy. Have you been seeing them online?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." So let me show you what they look like. I looked at this. I said, "This look like the owl stuff." This look like what they be spitting up. This one is a banana cinnamon. Did that look like a banana or a cinnamon? I don't know. This one say chocolate cherry. They look the same to me. And then this one is citrus ginger. So that's why I said I am waiting on Q to let me know what they say. I'm gonna read the reviews up before I maybe they're delicious. Let me see. Okay, wait, let me see. The mother. Look at these images. They look nasty. He's why I love it, but not that picture. I want you to see this picture real quick. What does that look like? Does that look good to you? He told me I love the taste. My only concern was the eat your sleep was completely melted into a huge lump. The other two were acceptable conditions. Do not consume if you have a tree nut allergy. Do not consume if you have a nut allergy. This product is manufactured and where nuts are processed. So if you have a tree nut allergy, stay away from these. Mine was 4-pack. 2 were daily essentials. They were calm. I don't mind that. About to say it looked like somebody said, Haley said, flavor isn't great. I had high hopes for these, especially the chocolate cherry sleep bites, but sadly they aren't for me. I wasn't impressed with the taste and will continue other supplements going forward. Okay. Really good. These are very healthy and delicious. I can honestly say that I like them all. They make me feel like I'm cheating on my diet, but I'm not. eating 35 calories, nutrients, calm, and sleep. Texture is soft and moist. They remind me of a texture of a fudge brownie. Yum. I feel like she lying. She lying. She don't season her foods. I could tell. I could tell. There are 4 bags of 7, 28 bites, and far too expensive for my budget at $2. 2.14 $2.14 per bite. I hate them. I would buy them monthly if I could afford them. They're truly healthy and delicious. About to say that looks something like the picture. Hey, good night. Good night, KS. So I don't know. I don't know. So cue you first. Oh, I feel like they gonna have to. Yeah, they gonna have to give me these. I'm gonna have to try these out and let y'all know. I don't want to buy them. Ew, let me see what you say.
Food bite, not a handful of pills. It's designed so you're actually getting the vitamins and minerals from real food, getting those cofactors and enzymes and antioxidants that help your body absorb those vitamins and nutrients in the most bioavailable way and most efficient way possible. The Gem Bite is a real food bite, not a handful of pills. It's designed so you're actually getting the vitamins and minerals from real food.
We'll wait a little bit longer. We'll wait a little bit longer and see what happens. I do want some other nutrients though. So we shall see. Do not have to take many vitamins now. Feel better also. These are pretty. February 13th. These are pretty gross. Upset my stomach. I don't know. There's so many different varying reviews. Flavors not to my liking. I tried. Um, but it also would be interesting to see what kind of diet they were on, right? Because if I'm already vegetarian or vegan and I try these, my palate's gonna be different than you who may have. You know what I mean? Like if you eat meat and you eat something that's not meat, you're like, this is not meat. And I was like, I know, but because I haven't had meat in a while, I'm much more accepting of something that's not right, like of not meat because I've not had meat, and so it's like this is decent. It's decent. It's like this is not meat. I was like, I know it's not meat, but it's clearly not meat. But it's a healthier alternative. But it's not meat. I know. So it just depends on the person's palate, I believe, as well. Okay, let's see here. You keep researching. What do you mean you keep researching? Pull what card out? What do you mean? Somebody somebody else is gonna pay for this. Listen, that has always been my to have a soft girl life with everything paid for. Sponsors galore. Sponsors galore. Listen. Don't you want to have me try these on the live? Like, it's so tasty. It's delicious. I can sell it. I can sell it. So yeah, but I did just purchase a oh, excuse me. I did just purchase a funnel workshop, even though I know how to do funnels. I just buy them over and over again because I feel like Oh, Build Your Buying Base. That's what I bought. I bought Build Your Buying Base by King Ashley Ann. I really like her. She's actually out of Arkansas, which is interesting because I feel like I want to bring her to one of my shows. I don't know if she would go though. I'm curious to see. Maybe that's what I should do. Invite her to one of my shows. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah. So that's all for this evening. Are there a lot of reviews? If so, trying it in a video review could be. You talking about this food stuff? I've done a couple of reviews, and then let's be clear. I have enough subscribers that I actually have an Amazon store. I can go live on Amazon. I just have not done it. And I probably could be making lots, but I don't have anything that I buy on Amazon that I buy, like, I mean, water. You know what I mean? I buy water on Amazon. I buy various things on Amazon, but I don't have anything that I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to buy this. You need to buy this. Because I probably already used it. The only thing that I would tell you that I have bought that I have used, I'll show it to you. It's my secret weapon. Is this spray. And what it is a pheromone spray. And it makes y'all go cuckoo. I promise you, it makes y'all go cuckoo. You hear me? Listen. It says, lavishly spray on body anytime you want a refreshing boost of fragrance. Get ready to go all night long with this deeply arousing body mist. The soft oriental fragrance is a commanding blend of orange and peony blossoms with a subtle touch of black rose and a rich medley of vanilla and woodley amber. Perfect for leaving you feeling oh so sexy all night long. But it's and I didn't even put it on today. So I have to be very, and you see, it's very, very little. And I've had it for a year, and I only spray it like maybe like 1 or 2 sprays. I don't do a lot. Because when I tell you the way, like if I know somebody already likes me, I won't even spray that. I was like, because I'm not trying to have to fight you off all night. I'm not going to do it. If I do like him, then I'll do like 1 spray because I want you to remember me. But yeah, it's very, and it's so soft and it's so like, that smells so good. But yes, I don't know what it does. It makes y'all go crazy. It makes y'all go crazy. Oh my goodness. Let me see. My girl likes me in my Iron Man suit. Okay, Wicked. I've done, so my reviews so far, I've only done, I think I did a vacuum cleaner that I bought. I did like a shower cap. Where's my shower cap? Now that I think about it, where's my shower cap? I used to have this really nice shower cap that I would buy on Amazon because it was really good quality. And then I had my uh, some like salt scrub that I used to use, and I did a review for that. So those were the only three that I did. But I haven't done any live reviews since I became monetized on Amazon. And so there are a lot of little things that as I'm talking to you that I have that I can get monetized on, that I can use and I can grow. I just have not done them. So thank you for reminding me. But it also feels like that would have to be another live. It's like, oh, I'm already live on here, but I gotta go live on there too. And then what I'm gonna talk about, and then what I'm gonna promote. So yeah, I'm good at speaking. I am public speaking. I am on this live. QVC QVC Asia still needs some work, right? Because that's what I feel like. If I go live on Amazon, I'm gonna have to be like, yes, and I love this book, and let me tell you, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to really sell the book, right? So I think that's probably the difference in what we have to figure out how that works, what that looks like. But I need to do something. So do you understand what I'm saying? Like that's where I get hung up at. So you say one niche, one idea. I love that. I just gotta figure out what that looks like. What does that look like? Because Asia feels like she can do many things. You plan to wear that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody new that I meet, I'm spraying it. But I'm also very aware of who I'm around, right? I ain't trying to have everybody like, you be don't want to have children after that. He'd be like, I know what I said, but you know, 2 is good. I could do 2 more. I'm like, you want to do 2 more? You listen, one spray is enough. One spray is enough. You don't need, you know, you be like, that smells so. Oh man. That's why. So that would be the one thing. If I were to go live, I would sell this over and over and over again because this particular one I can't find. You can't even read the bottle anymore. That's how long I've had it. And I don't even know. Now they have like roll-on ones now, but I'm like, I like this one. But too bad I can't read it. I think it says all night long. Too bad I can't read that. But yeah, so if you are a lady, so good, so good, and it's so light. It's like light and airy and refreshing. I wore it on this last show. It's good. It works really well. So you don't need anything else. I wore my did I wore my other perfume today, but yeah. So I only wear this on special occasions only because I'm so low in it. But yeah. It most definitely works. Definitely works. So if you have a lady, you you don't need her right. You could give it to her, but she's gonna need to put it on because but she may not want you all on her all the time either. So she probably don't want you to get it for her. Because you will literally be obsessed. Obsessed. It's so good. Any last questions? Why must you keep bringing him up, though? I met the man one time. We took one picture together. I have not posted my picture with him, by the way. Yeah, I gotta go back to post. I haven't posted a lot in a while because I wanted to make sure I curated my content, but I also wanted to figure out what that looks like. If it's concert stuff, if it's travel vlog, like what you were saying, what does it look like, right? Because right now my YouTube stuff looks like I don't know what my YouTube looks like because I haven't posted anything in a while. Just an easy name to remember. Oh, Marcellus. Are you leaving me? Are you going to bed? All right, I'm about to call it. Post it all. Oh my gosh. But you have to be niche specific. Remember we talked about that. Great at one thing. Great at one thing. But I could say, I guess content encases all of it. Social media content. I don't know. I'll ask ChatGPT tomorrow. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Say it now. You just won't feel right. My name is Aysia Smiles. We go live every night around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. As always, keep smiling, keep shining. You got this. What you say? You don't. The one thing is content creation. The content doesn't need to be niched down. Oh, okay. Well, we still need to write out our script then. Like my closing statements, like what I say now, I want to curate that a little bit better. I would like to do more teaching of some things. Live content is good, but I do want to make sure that I'm also providing value to you all. Because the purpose of going live is to provide value and to get you to move you down the funnel, right? So we have to figure out what that looks like. I gotta buy some more of this though. You smell it? Sweet dreams. I love you all. Have a good night. Love you.